Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Myth Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. Hello, future Drew here. I just ate some lunch, so I apologize if it's on my face or in my teeth, but who cares? Because you know what time it is? Subscriber giveaway time. It is the 3,000th subscriber giveaway. Yes, 3K. That is awesome. Little peek behind the curtain. I had kind of made a deal with myself because, you know, YouTube is time consuming. I do make some money off it, but it definitely, the dollars per hour, if I did the math, would probably make me cry. So I made kind of a promise to myself. If I couldn't reach 3,000 subs by my 3-year anniversary, which will be the 2nd of January, that I was gonna hang it up. I wasn't gonna tell anybody. I was just gonna disappear. I didn't want that to happen. When I made that promise to myself, I didn't think that it would take this long. So the closer it got, the more a little nervous I got, because I was gonna do it. I'm glad I'm not. It wasn't like it was an analytical decision, not a my gut and feelings and joy of doing YouTube and hanging out with you guys. So as it got closer, I was getting nervous that I might have to call it a day. So I did reach out to my friend Julian, Bearded Thrift Machine, and I said, hey Julian, I'm getting real close to I didn't tell him the part about me hanging it up because I didn't want to influence his decision of whether or not he would give me a shout out. I said, hey, I'm really close to a milestone. If you could just give me a, you know, I meant like on Instagram or something, just give me a shout out. Maybe we can bump me over that mark. And he went above and beyond because he's just really a great guy. And so he gave me a shout out on his video. I got a ton of subs from that. Julian, if you happen to be watching, I don't even know if you watched my videos, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. If you don't follow Bearded Thrift Machine, he is so close to that 100K, which I can't imagine. That's got to feel so cool. So if you're not subbed to him, go sub to him. He's like, I don't know, 800 subs away from 100K. That's, get him the play button, but my guess is all of you already are. You know, once they're at close to 100K, who's not subbed to him? So if you'd like to get entered into the subscriber giveaway, stick around to the end of the video because I forgot to film a close for this video anyways. So stick around to the end of the video to see how you can get entered. Got a thing going on with my throat, so I might sound a little funny. It's great. Everything's great. Everything's good. Everything is amazing. I have almost $600 in sales today.
This pleases me.
I had a week, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I didn't have $600 sales in the entire week. Most of it's one really big sale, but I don't care how the money comes in. I would prefer it to come in with less items, less work. So that's got me in a real good mood. On top of that, I finally opened the door, went through all the work of putting this window in, and I've been leaving the door shut just to let some sunshine in. Just having the fake lights all the time, it's just not good for your mental health. So that was part of the reason I'm wanting a window. So why wouldn't I open the door and let it in? I did find out last night, though, that now at night I will have to turn the lights off or else people can see all the wonderful wares I have in my garage, even though you'd have to like walk up to it to see. That's not neither here nor there. Who cares about that? Let's go ahead and pull some orders. First thing going out, it is a VHS License to Kill right here. This is new in package, new old stock. And this is one of the items, because I have been, again, hacking, slashing, reducing prices, removing items, all of the above, making my store a better store. And I'm not saying this is like some revolutionary thing to do upkeep on your store. I have just let it go for way too long. So part of the problem that's been happening with my store is my own doing from passing things off that I shouldn't have. But the struggle is, like I said before, when you're doing stuff by yourself, do I take the day off listing to work on the listings that are already up? Like, where do you find that balance? But with Jen doing some listing for me, I've been able to find that balance. Or actually, I have forced myself to find that balance. And this one right here would never have sold if I didn't go back and reprice it. And so I reduced it from like, I think I had it at $24.99 free shipping. reduced it to $14.99 free shipping, $12.99 somewhere in there, and then even sent out an offer, $9.99 free shipping. I'm not saying like, ooh wee, I sold a $10 VHS free shipping. I'm just happy that an item that had a 0% chance to sell had a chance to sell and sold, because that's the goal. Sell the items. And next up, we will get to the big one right off the bat. I won't pull it out. It's going to be in my way, that's why. But next up is a Mercury Marine Trophy Plus. I don't know, even though I'm walking to the box. The box doesn't do you any good. Propeller. Bingo, bango, driving a Durango. I had a buyer reach out, and you can always tell the age of a person by the message. And I don't want to be like ageist, but you can tell. It's just a thing. At least on the men end of it. Because they just always sound so rude. But it's just that it's like myself. They just get to the point. All the other words don't matter. But that very much comes across as rude. This person also was being rude. But when it is a... Let me get to the fun part here. $325 plus shipping. Yeah. Had it listed much higher, like $4.99, something like that. And this came in, of course, the boat parts buy. This came in part 2 of the boat parts. For that second buy, I paid $300 for all of it. And that part... Uno part, first part from that lot, sold for $325. So if I was separating out the two buys, I would now be completely in the profit for the second one. But I'm not. I'm doing them as a collective. So let me go ahead and add that to the boat total, which roughly, actually not roughly, I can do that math in my head, brings it up to $350.41. And I, for all of it, paid $580, and I have a couple percent of the entire buy listed. Now, of course, the propellers are towards the higher end, but also I found random little whatevers that are worth $100+. So this buy, I'm telling you guys, I'm so tempted to track all of it so that I just know, because it would be like that wow factor, but that's just a lot of extra time and effort that I don't need to be doing. And so I have those 6 propellers plus one over there. Then ran into an issue with this one where that's a box from a propeller service company where they like fix the angles and refinish them and stuff like that. And the propeller itself has no markings on it that tell us what the propeller is. So that's just getting pushed to the side. It's just so much money. Such a good, I'm over the moon. That's going to be the entirety of my day, besides pulling and packing orders, is just listing boat parts. Every spare moment I have until it's done will be listing boat parts. Back to the story with the buyer. They reached out and they're like, this is how I know they're actually being rude. Clearly this item isn't new. Okay, you don't got to throw in the word clearly. That's just you being rude. But I explained to them that I am a professional reseller. I'm not a boat guy, though. We had a back and forth, and I asked some questions about propellers, and they were very forthcoming with helpful information. Most of the things they said, I still was like, I don't even know the words you're saying. They would talk about the, angles and pitches and blah, 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 and degrees of whatever. And I was like, okay, sure. That I just need to know how I know if it's used or not. And they could have been lying to me the whole time. I still didn't care, because at some point they said, because their issue was that sometimes you'll get the angles of the propeller adjusted for some reason. I don't know why you would do that for different boats, different motor sizes maybe. And they said, I can't pay that price because if I get it and the angle is different than I need, then I'm going to have to resell it or do whatever, or whatever. They could have been 100% lying. They could have been saying these things to me so they could get it at a better price, so that they could themselves either refurbish it or sell it to the next person or whatever. I still didn't care, because at some point they said, but I could give you $325. Send me the offer, man. Send me the offer. They also said there was like a couple additional parts that go with it. They said, I actually don't need those other parts. I said, great, saves me on shipping. So I'll probably make, I don't know, it's going to be a big box, it's going to California, but I'll still probably make a few bucks on the shipping. But just, I don't want to go on and on about it, but I mean, you guys know I've been struggling. I mean, that's $325. That's a big deal. And recouping that huge of a percentage of the initial investment within a week, it doesn't get much better. Next up, C3 is a vintage bell. And there was more details. I just walked away. Dinga, dinga, dinga. I'm trying to figure out what these animals are on the outside. I think they're just generic animal, because it looks like a lizard, but yet it walks like a mammal. That's like a swan. And that one looks like a fox. That one at least looks like an animal, because this one I think has like a lizard tongue coming out. I don't know. Either way, it's a brass monastery bell, and then it says, oh, I don't know, words. Probably Latin. But for that right there, sent out an offer, $24.99 free shipping. That's great. I have no clue where I got that. Probably my dad multiple times has brought like a box of brass, so that's probably where that came from. Next up, it's a hat. It is actually a U of M hat. Wolverines. Bet. Any of you Michigan fans out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. Bet. And any of you Ohio State fans out there, you'll know what I'm talking about too. Not that one. This one, which is very cool. It's like a members only jacket. I don't even know if this is probably not like official Michigan gear, because that's not Michigan, the college text of any kind. The college doesn't own the word Michigan, so you could make knockoff stuff in their colors whenever you want. And I'm assuming that's what this is, but it just looks really cool, because like I said, it's got like that members only jacket feel with the snapback and the braided rope there. That's a really neat hat. That's one of the items though, and this is something I'm going to do going forward. I probably should have been doing all along. Probably would have helped sales. Instead of pricing this item against this item, which this item doesn't exist on eBay, I priced it high. If somebody's looking for a U of M members only jacket style hat, I've got the one. But instead, I should be pricing this against U of M hats in general. I've been pricing things against singular items, which most of the time is actually what you're supposed to do. On categories that have a more broad spectrum, I'm going to start pricing them against the category itself. Actually, let me get to an example. I don't need to show you, but I have a couple hats. One has a buck on it, and one was for like a local lumber company. They're in like the hunter orange snapback hat. I went and repriced those. Instead of pricing those against hats that were the same, I priced them against snapback hats in hunter orange, period. So now, every person that looks for a hat in hunter orange, mine will be in an area that will pop up for them, instead of having to wait for somebody to be specifically looking for one that's an herb lumber hat, or looking for one that, what did it say on it? Buckmaster? Something like that. Buck something, and then it had a buck with crosshairs on it. So I'm broadening the available pool of potential buyers by pricing it against the more broad category, instead of narrowing down the possible amount of people that might want to buy an item. I did that with quite a few items. I don't know if there's any more of them in here today, but I told you guys I was going to figure it out. I'm not saying that in one sales day I've turned everything around, but I have, through this process, figured out quite a few things that I think will, going forward, be very beneficial to my store and myself, and to the channel. Because I have felt, while editing, I have felt bad for you guys that I'm not putting out enough content in my video. They were getting short. Like, what do I do in here? Next up, B3B is a, got a number? Yeah, B3B9 is a vintage Barbie jacket. Sears exclusive. B3B, I think it's this one. Yes, even though that looks like a B, that's a 9. Sears exclusive winter coat, fur-lined coat. I took less money than that item's worth, because there was a buyer in front of me offering me that money. And it's not like I took pennies. $35 free shipping. That's from the big Barbie and book buy. I have made hundreds of dollars now on that buy, and I still have, I mean, including the most expensive doll, I still have hundreds of dollars left. That one, whew. This item, the cheapest it's sold for in the last 90 days, 2 of them have sold, or 3 of them have sold, but the cheapest one had sold for was 40 plus ship. So I could have held out, and mine was the only one currently listed. But again, when somebody's waving money in front of my face for something that is 100% profits to me at this point, I'm taking the money. Because you know what I do with that money? I turn it into new things. And those new things turn into more profits. Repeat, repeat, repeat. If it sits in my shelf, it doesn't matter how much money I might get for it. I am a store, not a storage unit. I thought yesterday I might look into what it takes to trademark a saying, because that I think would make a pretty good t-shirt for everyone across reselling. How cool would that be if it was mine? If I just get residuals from it, that'd be pretty cool. Next up is a Series 5 Doorables Countdown to Christmas Advent Calendar. And I will take this one right here. I got these retail arbitrage. You can see right there, I paid $10. I got, I think, 10 of them. This is the first one to sell. I am trying to move these quickly. So I am the cheapest. I have them on sale. I want to at least recoup half to most of the money before I wait around for others. The problem is, because when things go on clearance at my Walmart, they go on clearance on somebody else's Walmart. And when I listed this, there was only 5 or 6 listings. The price was, I mean, people were getting $30+ plus shipping. But what happened is now there's like 40 listings and it's a race to the bottom, because right now is the 16th. So I have 2 weeks to try to sell the rest of those. I don't need to sell all of them. If I sell enough to make my money back, which means I would only have to sell half of them basically, this price point, at that point I can, you know, give 3 of them to my kids, maybe, you know, give one to maybe one of the neighbor kids or something. As long as I make my money back with some left over, that's okay with me. Also, if I make my money back, I might bust the rest of them open, because people do buy the individual ones inside, and I think some of them are more rare than others. All those are possibilities, but I very much want to sell at least enough to get my money back. $20.42 plus shipping. So just to sell my first one, I had to reduce my initial price by over $10. Next up, listed yesterday, sold yesterday, A3 is a Pyrex 470C, I think is the number. And I took a significant discount because it was going to sell immediately. I guess significant is not a good word for it, because I think it was only listed $17.99, which is less than I would have listed this for, but Jen did it. It does have a little chip here, which she forgot. Maybe she just didn't see it, but it wasn't disclosed in the listing. They sent me an offer of $15. I countered with $15.01 and then sent a message saying, hey, I forgot, or I made a mistake and didn't disclose in the listing that there is a small chip in it. They didn't respond, so I'm gonna send them another message before I ship it out, just to make sure. Even if they don't respond and I end up having to send it out so I don't hurt my metrics, at least on my end, there will be some type of correspondence that says, hey, I did tell you about this chip. Does that matter? No. They could still return it and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. I mean, I wouldn't want that, but that's part of the gig. Next up, it's a book. 1904, The Sea Wolf. That's Jack London, I think. Is it this one? Yes, it is. The Sea Wolf, yeah, Jack London. And this is another example of me doing, like I said, with the hats, where this is a first edition second printing, which usually sells for around $40 to $50 depending on condition. I sent out an offer, or maybe that was full price, I don't really recall. $26.99 free shipping. This will go media mail, of course, because it's a book. If you didn't know, it's a book.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
But what I did is, instead of pricing it against other first editions, I priced it against not modern versions of this book, but antique, because what was it, 1904? Yeah, so against antique, not first printings. I priced it in that area. I think there was another one that was priced around that area, which I don't know why they would, because its sale price is generally in that $40 to $50 area, but I want mine to be the first to go. I paid $0. $26.99 for a book is still great with me. Buyer gets a good deal, I get a bunch of profits, win-win. Next up, C3 is 2 gun locks. I think these came in a Mikhail mystery box. These, I think, from this Project Child Safe. Oh, it even says right on there, not for resale. There are a bunch of these listed on eBay. The not for resale, eBay doesn't care about that. As long as a company doesn't complain, they don't care. The reason these are not for resale is because you can get these for free, I think, from your, like, local police station. I think that's what this is, this Project Child Safe. I don't know. I listed it. It sold. $10.79 free shipping. Not a ton of money, but paid less than $1. What do you guys think of this? Not for resale. Was that a bad move on my part? Would you have done it? I mean, it's not a ton of money, so a lot of people wouldn't have listed that anyway. Who knows? Actually, you know. Let me know. Would you have listed, and not specifically this item, would you list an item that says not for resale? Have you listed an item that says not for resale? Because let me tell you, that has never deterred me. That saying, not for resale, has never deterred me from reselling an item one time, ever. It definitely doesn't stop Goodwill from trying to sell free USPS priority, like, flat rate envelopes. See those every once in a while. Next up, C5 is some type of valve. Delta multi-choice universal rough valve. This, I'm mostly sure, also came in a Mikhail mystery box, so I paid less than $1, and I got $17.99 plus shipping. I think I sent out an offer. I was feeling like I was done, because this is like a high-end amount in the last few videos, but sales are still rolling. Next up is vintage silver plate WB forks. It's a set of 6 on B3C. So in B3C, a set of 6, my guess is, oops, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 silver plate. That's a weird looking fork. Does it say in the listing what kind? Cold meat serving fork. So apparently that's for your cold meats, is why it's got this weird, I don't know, weird tong to the fork there. For those, $16.19 free shipping. That means they were on a 10% off sale. And the silverware has officially paid off. I mean, I've sold enough of them over the last couple weeks that just getting them all listed made sense, and now they are up. It's just not a fun thing to list. It's very boring, very tedious. Next up, A4 is a Philips Sonicare toothbrush. It's got, I think, 1 battery, a couple stands, a couple brushes. Listed this cheap. I listed it, I think, for parts or repair, but maybe just untested. Yeah, untested as is, and I listed it very cheap. I didn't want to go through the process of trying to test it or do anything with it. I got it in a Mikhail mystery box, paid less than $1, $22.49 plus shipping. Actually, at one point, actually twice, I put this on auction, starting at 99 cents, and it never sold. So somebody could have got a really good deal. I must have had it priced, you know, in the $25 range, and then 10% off sale, got it to $22.49. Next up, A3. Almost pulled this one out of the store, but I just repriced it instead. It is Noah's Ark, which when I was doing all this, found out these speakers weren't listed. So there's an extra, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks or something that was just sitting around. Noah's Ark 4-cassette set. This is mine from my childhood. It's cool. It's got this boat, little stand. I almost pulled it out because it's been listed for multiple years at this point. Said I'll give it one more shot. Repriced it. $15.29 free shipping. I don't know the rule on this, and I don't care, actually. I'm gonna send this media mail. In my opinion, that is no different than, I got one sitting around. I did, but I think I took it out to storage. That's no different than like a box set. I mean, the cardboard clearly isn't media. Or like if you have like this one right here. This I would also send media mail, even though it's in a box with other little random things. Actually, not other little random things. There's a couple pieces of film in there. So there's not like, if this was a box set and then there was some like minifigs or buttons or something, then I wouldn't do it. Like a DVD box set that comes in a collector's tin. You send that media mail, right? I'm going to. Either way, I'm sending this media mail, $15.29 free shipping. Not a lot of money, but I paid $0, and now it's off my shelf. Next up, this one only listed a few days. I think I sent out an offer. It is a VHS lot, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. I'm not going to pull them out right now, but it is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen VHS. That is one of the VHS that I will collect throughout the summer if I get them cheap enough, less than 25 cents a piece usually. Those, I remember at the garage sale, she was like, oh, I have more, and started like digging through. It was like, just take them or whatever. I think I only paid a couple bucks for all of them, and I turned that into, in 48 hours, $33.99 free shipping. They will of course go medium mail. It is going to be fairly heavy, fairly large, so it'll be 10, 12 bucks shipping. Either way, $33.99 for what I would consider nothingness. But Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen VHS lots, I have sold probably 10 plus. So that's one I do. Collect them as I find them, pile them up. When the lot gets big enough to make sense, big enough to be attractive to a buyer, I list them. So that is very cool. I did pull out this big pile of VHS. I'm putting together like what used to be my office. I'm turning into like the kids' play area, hangout area type of thing, because like all of Thea's toys, because she has a very small bedroom, all of her toys have been downstairs for her entire existence, and I'm just sick of walking over toys every day, and there's just one end of the house, the other. So I basically gave them a very large room to just have as theirs to do with as they please. And in that room, I'm going to add, I got a CRTV, and I'm going to put like a VCR and a DVD player and all that kind of stuff. So these will probably just end up in there for them to watch. But this was never going to sell. When I went to reprice this, in order to sell this pile of Disney VHS clamshell, you know, all the, oh, it's worth $1 million because what is it? The black diamonds. Where are they at? There we go. Black diamond, $1 million, retire. What a joke. To sell that lot, I would have had to do $9.99 free shipping. I would lose money. I don't know why people put up listings that they lose money on. That blows my mind. So to get entered into the subscriber giveaway, you need to be subscribed, subscriber giveaway, like the video, and leave a comment. This time specifically, whatever your comment is, make sure in that comment it says, "Thank you, Bearded Thrift Machine." You might even want to throw in the @ so that, you know, he gets tagged in a bunch of comments. Thank you, Bearded Thrift Machine, because that is from me, and I would like that to be a resounding thank you. So leave whatever you want in the comment, but make sure it also includes "Thank you, Bearded Thrift Machine." What you get for normal subscriber giveaways is like a sticker and a magnet, or a couple stickers, and then $10 towards something in my store. But for this one, because it's a big subscriber giveaway, it's the 3,000 subscriber giveaway, I am going to do $50. That's 55. $50. $50. $50 towards something in my store, plus any 2 stickers or magnets or any 2 merch products you would like. We have the limited edition holiday sticker. We have the Tip of the Mitt Flips magnets, the sticker in the Reflecty Cool Shiny, the white classic original, and then the oversized in the shiny as well. You can pick any 2 of those, plus $50 towards something in my store. So that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other. Just really neat. Hey, Pete. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this.